What's going on, guys? Tizzle here. In today's video we are going to be looking at an absolutely disgusting PvP build for the Hunter. The whole thing is based around using your abilities as often as possible. We're pairing Kepri's Sting with the Traveler's Chosen and get near infinite wall hacks. We have a lot of other synergy going on as well in this build, so let's jump into it. The key to this build is obviously Traveler's Chosen. I'll go over the perks quickly here. You have Quick.SAS, Armor Piercing Rounds, Gift of the Traveler, where stacks of Gathering Light improve reload handling and target acquisition, and short action stock. The exotic intrinsic perk is called Gathering Light. Final blows with this weapon grant stacks of Gathering Light. Hold reload to consume your stacks of Gathering Light. Consuming stacks grants melee, grenade, and class ability energy based on the number of stacks. One kill in PvP grants 3 stacks of Gathering Light, and I would say this gives you about 30% of your abilities back. If you have decent cooldowns, you're never without a dodge, grenade, or melee for very long. And if you're not spamming your abilities, you can hang on to the stacks and the weapon will have better stats and target acquisition, so it's pretty much a win-win. Next we have Kepri's Sting. Its exotic perk is Touch Venom. Punching someone with full melee energy will instantly cast Smoke Bomb. Gain True Sight while in your own Smoke Bomb effect. Your Smoke Bomb deals increased damage. So basically you have a more powerful Smoke Bomb that also gives you wall hacks. And you can just throw the smoke at your feet or wall whenever you want wall hacks. I also slapped on an enhanced sidearm reloading mod, but a grenade launcher reload mod would work fine too. On the helmet I have a mobility mod and enhanced sidearm targeting, and then I'm running stacks on stacks, gain an extra stack of charge with light for every stack you gain, so basically when I pick up an orb I get 2 stacks of charge with light instead of 1. On the chest piece I have a recovery mod and swift charge. This allows me to become charged with light if I rapidly defeat opponents with a sidearm. It doesn't happen often, but it does the odd time, so I might as well run it. On the boots I have a mobility mod and grenade launcher scavenger, so every time I pick up green ammo I get 2 shots instead of 1. As well I have taking charge, which allows me to become charged with light when I pick up an orb of light. On the cloak I have oppressive darkness. Causing damage with a void grenade adds a weaken effect to combatants. So basically if I tag someone with a grenade, they are softened up and easier to kill. And I'm running high energy fire. This gives my grenade launcher the ability to one-shot kill when I am charged with light. For the subclass I'm running Way of the Wraith. Spectral Blades is a dominant super. Corrosive Smoke pairs really well with the extra damage from Kepri's Sting if you want to use your melee ability offensively instead of for wall hacks, and Flawless Execution grants us invisibility and True Sight for precision kills while crouched, so even more wall hacks. I used a Vortex grenade in my gameplay, but the Spike and Void Wall grenades are also very powerful. Lastly, you want to run Gambler's Dodge, so that if you dodge while near an enemy, you will get your melee ability back. And then I just use triple jump because that is what I'm used to. For the grenade launcher, I have pretty much a god roll Truthteller. A real nice perk on this is Disruption Break because breaking an enemy's shield makes them more vulnerable to kinetic damage. Basically, if you break their shield, any damage from the Traveler's Chosen will clean them up. I have Underdog, which gives a boost to reload speed as your health gets lower. This actually comes in handy a lot. Proximity Grenades, which makes this super easy to use and land shots. I have Volatile Launch and Hard Launch. You want the extra velocity from Hard Launch, but in the gameplay I use Volatile Launch just to show that it's still effective without it. My roll also has Spike Grenades, which makes it able to one-hit kill if you're accurate, but it's definitely less forgiving. And lastly, you want to throw a quick access sling on to get the quick swap back to the sidearm. And so now that we have the build out of the way, I will just show you some good gameplay. So this was my first kill with the Truthteller and Traveler's Chosen, and my girlfriend and I just started laughing at how cheesy and easy it was to get kills. I don't even direct hit the nade, but I do 158 damage to take down his shield, and then I hit 66 to the head from about 20 plus meters with the sidearm because of Disruption Break. This build is filled with all kinds of buffs and debuffs. You have Oppressive Darkness grenades, which gives the enemy a debuff. This allows you to do 30% more damage with any weapon. This helps a lot for taking down supers or one-shotting with the Truthteller. In the background gameplay I have a few clips where I get a grenade to just nick a guy, and then I can do 234 damage with the Truthteller for an easy one-shot kill. Even if you miss but the prox grenade goes off, the debuff is usually enough to down the Guardian a lot of the time. As well, Traveler's Chosen does 66 to the head and 48 to the body with Oppressive, so it makes for very easy cleanups if you can tag people with a nade. I am sure a lot of people know by now about the high energy fire mod and how deadly it can be, especially in Crucible. But if you don't, basically when you're charged with light, high energy fire will give your weapons a 20% damage buff until your next kill. There are many ways to become charged with light, but the easiest way is probably taking charge. Simply walking over an orb allows you to become charged with light. As mentioned in the build breakdown, I was using taking charge and swift charge to gain charge with light. And I had stacks on stacks equipped to get 2 stacks of charge with light every time I pick up an orb. Essentially, this gives me one-shot grenades in the Truthteller. The 20% damage buff makes him hit 217 damage with a direct shot. High energy fire also works really well with Traveler's Chosen. The 20% extra damage makes it do 61 to the head and 44 to the body. This just makes the weapon that much more powerful and forgiving. As mentioned before, Disruption Break allows your kinetic weapon to do 50% more damage when you break a shield with the Truthteller. This means your Traveler's Chosen is doing 77 to the head and 55 to the body. So basically, if you break an enemy's shield, which is roughly 120 damage, you'll have an extremely easy cleanup with the Traveler's Chosen from almost any range. The hit detection on the sidearm really drops off after about 20 meters, but if you are able to land shots, the extra damage will really make up for the damage drop off. Truthteller can roll with a lot of really good perks. A lot of people like the Feeding Frenzy multi-kill clip combo. It's quite strong in PvE for sure, but I think for PvP the god roll would be Quick Launch, which gives plus 10 to velocity and plus 15 to handling, or Hard Launch, which gives plus 15 to velocity but minus 10 to stability and minus 5 to blast radius. Obviously for PvE you want spike grenades for that extra damage, but for PvP you definitely want proximity grenades for that forgiveness. If you want to run and gun, you definitely want auto-loading holster, but field prep and feeding frenzy are definitely not bad either. I'd never really used underdog on a weapon before, but in Rumble where you're in a lot of 1v1s, I found it very easy to shoot my shot, swap to Traveler's Chosen for the cleanup, and then quickly swap back while my health is still low and take advantage of underdog for the faster reload. So in my opinion, underdog is also a very strong option. You don't need Disruption Break on this weapon to make it effective. This combo is strong all on its own, but if you get it, great, that's even better. But if not, it's all good and you can still find success with this build. Demolitionist would be nice for this build as it's all based around using your abilities, but Quick Draw would also be good. Multi-kill clip would give you one-shot proximity grenades after getting a kill with your grenade launcher, and Swashbuckler would give you one-shot prox grenades after a melee kill. So you really could make almost any role work with this combo. Trouble is, it's a random world drop, so it's hard to farm. But I also use an Orwing's Maul from Iron Banner for a game. It worked well as well. I just didn't like it as much as the Truthteller, especially because I have a really good roll. I'm not a Crucible god by any means, and I don't even play Rumble that much, but this combo helped me get my first Sum of All Tears medal, which is pretty cool. Also, I went up against a lot of top tree Dawnblade Warlocks with hand cannons and Fellwinners, and I was actually the one winning the game. I should also mention all of this gameplay was captured on PS4. I imagine this build would work well on PC too, but I have heard that the aim assist and target acquisition for Traveler's Chosen feels super good on console and is not as noticeable on PC. Normally I only like full auto sidearms, but Traveler's just feels so nice that I didn't mind having to tap the trigger a whole bunch when firing it. I do feel a little bad showing off a build like this because it's so cheesy and I imagine it's not a lot of fun to go against. But I'm not the most skilled player and I'll never dominate with a hand cannon and sniper or shoddy, and spraying a 600 RPM auto game in and game out just gets too tiresome for me. I've tried to sweat with meta weapons and I've found that I just get frustrated more than anything. I've found that I have the most fun when I'm doing off the wall unique stuff. It switches up the gameplay experience and makes the Crucible a lot more fun. It's honestly what inspired me to start a YouTube channel. If you're super good with a sniper unlike myself, then you can use this exact build with Beloved instead of Truthteller. Traveler's Chosen is great to pair with a sniper and we all know how good Beloved is. You can crouch shoot for precision kills to get wall hacks from flawless execution, and if you get the odd kill with Travelers, you will basically have on-demand wall hacks from the smoke bomb whenever you need them. This is a great example of why wall hacks are so good. There is no way I hit this snipe without seeing where this guy was coming from. So if grenade launchers aren't your thing or you don't have a good one and you're good with a sniper, then throw on Beloved and copy this build. If you enjoyed this build and want to see more strong build videos like this in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned at the end of my last video, I work full time and I have a pretty busy life. As well, I'm very new to video editing, so it takes me a really long time to pump out new videos. but rest assured when they do come out, the build will be super entertaining to use for yourself. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you take this build into the Crucible and try it out for yourself and see how fun it can be. I swear there are more exotics than Stompies and Dragon Shadow that are effective in PvP for hunters, so try something new and have fun. Enjoy the rest of the clips. I had a whole bunch of fun getting them, and take care.